G'day, how you going? One of the most important numbers to us pig hunters is the weight of a pig. That number's important, and often people ask, and it come around from competitions, but another number to me that's even more important is the age of a pig, because when you think about it, for a pig to survive to even a year old is an amazing thing, considering how many pig hunters there are in New Zealand. So today I want to show you some really interesting jaws. I've got one there that's actually 13 years old from a pet pig that I had, Piggy P, right down to 1 year old, and show you guys how to age your pigs when you catch them, so you know how old your pig is. These three pigs here we caught a couple of weeks ago with the boys, and they're all around about the 3 years of age. One's a little bit younger and one's a little bit older, and I'll explain how that works. Over here I've got some tusks. Now generally the thickness gives us an idea of age, and you can guess here which is the pig that's 13 years of age. This one here. This is rare. This was a wild pig, but it was kept in captivity, so it didn't have all the dirt to grind up in its tucker every day like the rest did. Over here we've got a pig that's just on a year old, and we can tell that by looking at its molars, and I'll get to that in a minute. But the other thing is also the thickness. Each year they get thicker. This one's a 2-year-old pig, or almost 2 years old. I'd say it's probably more like 18 months. And this is a mature pig at 3 years of age. And again, this is what would happen, they keep on growing. Most pigs in the wild are lucky to reach 5 years of age. They generally get caught around the 2 or 3 years of age or younger. To get a clear idea of the age, we've got to look at the molars. So we've got our pre-molars, we've got 3 of them. And then when a pig's mature, we have 3 at the back. So we can tell by this pig here that there's his first molar really coming up, and you can see the cusp there. That's a 1-year-old pig, and the next molars would be on their way. If we go over and look at this one over here, you can see the progression of the molar starting to come out at the back there. So this one here would be, there's our 3, 1, 2, 3, and we've got 1, 2, and the third one, it's on its way up. So it's, if you imagine the gum was there, because this is an old jaw that's receded right back, well there's no gum, it's got no gum there at all, but it's right back, it would have been around about here, so that wouldn't even probably be showing. So the 2 cusps would be showing at that one there, so it's probably about a 2-year-old pig, maybe 2.5. On a mature one, all 3 rear molars are up, 1, 2, there's 1, 2 and 3, and they're in good condition. Now on a really old pig like this 13-year-old one, they'll be worn right down. So we get an idea from 1 to 2 years to 3 years of age, pretty good. Then after that, what we're looking at is we're looking at wear and tear. And for that, we'll have to look at these pigs here, because these are wild pigs. Let's have a look at them inside. It's pretty hard to get down there, so we need to do a bit of surgery. Take that off, and we're going to remove that bit of gum right down there. This is a nice clear view of the molar. Rightio. Well, this pig actually is probably older than 3 years of age. And clearly you can see the premolars here, 1, 2 and 3. And when we go to our 3 at the back, this one here is considerably worn here. Quite a bit. In fact, right down the cusp. And as are these ones here. So the amount of wear also gives an indication of age. So for a tooth to be worn down that far, and on the other side it appears to also be worn, can't really see in there, but it seems to be worn as well. I would guesstimate, and it's all we can do is guesstimate, it's well over 3 years of age. The wear and tear on that, and also on the top, it's probably more likely to be a 4-year-old pig, which is what I said. But the other thing we can also look at is the fact it's a sow and it's also got tusks. A tusk like that is pretty rare on a sow. That's a good tusk, and it's got a reasonable thickness. And it's still in good shape, but I'm going to say I would guesstimate that as a 4-year-old pig, looking at that one there. Without cutting these here, just having a quick look at the tusk, it's a smaller tusk. I can tell just at the back there, it's got all of its molars right to the very end. I can see that there. And there's some wear, but they're reasonably healthy, so I'm going to say that's probably a 2.5 to 3-year-old pig. This one's got quite a good tusk on it as well. And looking down there, there's a bit of wear as well on them. So this could also be, without cutting it open, could also be a 3 or 4-year-old pig. And they've done really well to survive that long, given the amount of pig hunters around the place. Curiosity got the better of me, and this pig here, the third one, I actually cut it down because I wanted to see its molars. I realised they are worn right down and at the very back. it's right down, it's gone flat. So this would be possibly a 4 or even a 5-year-old pig, definitely well over 3 by the wear and tear, and that's just a guesstimation. This is an interesting one. It's got reasonably good developed tusks. It's had an abscess or lost a tooth, most likely an abscess. It's popped that out. There's a bit of a bulge there, not too bad, and its molars haven't come out the back, so I would say it was probably a 2.5-year-old pig, because we've got our 3 on this side here. We've got our 3, but the cusp is quite low and on its way out, so not quite 3 years of age, maybe 2 years and 8 months, 2 years and 9 months. It's a rough way to sort of get it, but quite good tusks on it. That one dealt a blow to my dogs, that one. Another jaw which is uneven, and this would also be a 3-year-old pig. Now, after 3 years of age, we're basically looking at what the pig's feeding on and looking at how low the cusps are, or if they've even gone in the pig. Like an older pig, they'll be completely worn right down. So by looking at the rear molars, we can pretty much tell if it's a 1, 2 or 3-year-old pig, and from then on other factors come into it, like what minerals the pig's feeding on. Like pigs on the D'Urville Island, where I've caught them with 3-inch tusks and they're only like 2.5 years of age, and then other places down south I've caught them where they're 4 years old and they've got hardly no tusks at all. What they're feeding on, also genetics play a part as well, but with these Captain Cookers, which have got a bit of everything sort of mixed in over the years, this is a pretty good indication of a 1, 2 or 3-year-old pig. From that age onwards, looking at the molars and how further down you can guess and trying to get a rough idea. Anyway, I hope there's been some help to you guys, and good luck with your hunting. Stay safe out there with your dogs and yourself. Be good, can't be good, be careful. See you later.